The world of military aviation was rocked by a surprising announcement. It came from a nation known for its steady hand and close alliance with the United States. Canada's newly elected Prime Minister, Mark Carney, made a bold move just after taking office. He ordered a complete review of the country's largest ever military procurement. This wasn't just any deal. It was the plan to buy a fleet of advanced F-35 stealth fighters. The review sent a clear signal across the globe. Canada was having second thoughts. The decision to pause and reevaluate the F-35 purchase put a multi-billion-dollar contract, years in the making, under a powerful new microscope. Suddenly, the future of the Royal Canadian Air Force was up for debate. The original plan seemed set in stone for years. Canada was committed to replacing its aging fleet of CF-18 Hornet jets. These were aircraft from the Cold War era, reliable but increasingly outmatched. The government had selected the F-35, a fifth-generation marvel of technology from the American aerospace giant, Lockheed Martin. The deal was enormous. It called for the purchase of 88 brand-new jets. The total price tag for this advanced air power was a staggering $19 billion. For a country like Canada, this represented a monumental investment in its national defense and its alliance commitments. The path seemed clear, with the F-35 promising to bring Canada to the forefront of modern air combat capabilities. However, the full story of the contract had a crucial detail. While the headline number was 88 planes, Canada was not yet locked into the entire purchase. The contractual commitment was, in fact, much smaller. So far, the nation was only legally bound to purchase the first 16 of the 88 planned aircraft. This detail provided the new government with a critical window of opportunity. It meant that Prime Minister Carney's review was not just a political gesture. It was a genuine chance to change course without incurring catastrophic financial penalties. The decision to pause was a calculated one, leveraging a flexibility built into the original agreement to ask some very tough questions about the future. The reasons for the pause were complex and multifaceted. Whispers of concern had been growing for years, but now they erupted into a national conversation. The F-35, for all its advanced technology, came with a reputation for sky-high costs, not just the initial purchase price, but the long-term expenses to fly and maintain the jets. A new Canadian Forces College report had sounded a serious alarm. It warned that the F-35's high sustainment costs and shockingly poor mission-capable rates, which were as low as 36% in 2023 for some models, posed a significant risk to Canada's ability to defend itself. The government was forced to confront a frightening possibility. Could Canada afford to fly the planes it was about to buy? As Ottawa began its official reassessment, an alternative that was once a runner-up suddenly took center stage. The F-35 was not the only aircraft that had competed to replace Canada's CF-18s. Saab JAS 39 Gripen E in flight, the Swedish contender. During the initial procurement competition, the Gripen had been a close second. Now, with the F-35 deal under a cloud of doubt, Saab's offer looked more attractive than ever. Pundits and defense analysts across Canada argued against putting all eggs in one American-made basket, a mixed fleet, or a full switch to the Swedish jet. The Gripen's appeal, pragmatism, and industrial partnership. Saab offered a proposal tailored to Canada's economic and operational concerns. Saab promised to build, assemble aircraft in Canada. That promise was a powerful incentive. Partnering with Canadian firms, developing maintenance and sustainment domestically. Saab claimed 6,000 high-tech jobs across the country, a massive industrial benefit. No politician could easily ignore that. The Gripen framed itself as a nationwide economic project. Debate moved beyond performance metrics. F-35, stealth. F-35, advanced networking. Gripen, a different philosophy. Operational flexibility, high reliability, potent electronic warfare capabilities, lower acquisition and sustainment costs versus the F-35. In tight defense budgets, Gripen offered value. A high-performance fighter without bankrupting the Air Force. Pilots could actually train and fly needed hours. The choice, F-35's high-tech edge versus Gripen's operational efficiency. The central burning question, F-35 costs and readiness causing alarm. Saab's offer of jobs, Saab's offer of affordability. Can Gripen be a realistic alternative for Canada? Can it defend North American airspace? Can it fulfill NATO commitments? Or are F-35 strategic advantages, deep interoperability with the US and with other allies, simply too important to give up? The government review opened a Pandora's box of military, economic, and geopolitical considerations. The final decision will define Canada's defense posture for generations to come. To understand why Canada chose the F-35 in the first place, we must look at its design philosophy. The F-35 Lightning II is not just another fighter jet. It represents a generational leap in air combat technology. It was conceived from the ground up with one primary characteristic in mind: stealth. The aircraft's shape, materials, and internal systems are all meticulously engineered to make it incredibly difficult for enemy radar to detect, track, and target. Beyond its stealthy exterior, the F-35 is a flying supercomputer. Its true power lies in its extraordinary suite of advanced sensors and data processing capabilities. The F-35's revolutionary software then fuses this data into a single, coherent picture of the combat environment. This information dominance is not just for the F-35 pilot alone. The aircraft was designed as a central node in a vast, interconnected network. An F-35 can detect a threat and silently guide a missile from a less advanced, non-stealthy aircraft to the target. This networking capability is a cornerstone of modern warfare strategy, and it's a key reason why so many of Canada's closest allies have committed to the F-35 program. While the F-35's capabilities are undeniably impressive, they come with an equally impressive price tag. The initial $19 billion figure for 88 jets was just the beginning of the financial story. The cost to fly, maintain, and repair the F-35 proved to be substantially higher than for previous generations of aircraft. The stealth coatings require specialized, climate-controlled facilities and frequent maintenance. This financial pressure is directly linked to the aircraft's troubling performance on a critical metric: mission-capable rates. A recent Canadian Forces College report highlighted this very issue, pointing to US data showing the F-35A model achieving a mission-capable rate of only 36% in 2023. To put that in perspective, it means that on any given day, nearly two-thirds of the fleet could be grounded for maintenance, repairs, or waiting for spare parts. If Canada were to purchase 88 F-35s, a 36% readiness rate would mean that fewer than 32 jets might be available for operations on an average day. The frightening question facing Prime Minister Carney's review was whether Canada was about to buy a fleet of hangar queens, advanced jets it couldn't afford to fly or keep ready. Amid the storm of controversy, one critical detail gave the Carney government crucial room to maneuver: the structure of the F-35 contract itself. At the time of the review, Canada was only contractually committed to purchasing the first 16 planes. Canceling the remainder of the order, 72 aircraft, was a tangible option. There would be political and industrial fallout, but the financial penalties for breaking the full contract were not catastrophic. This gave Canada leverage. The nation was at a crossroads. The 16 jets already purchased are sunk costs. Their existence complicates the debate. They warn an orphan fleet of 16 F-35s would be inefficient. It would require a dedicated logistics and training pipeline for a tiny number of aircraft. While critics of the F-35 rightly focus on its costs, its supporters point to a powerful strategic argument that is harder to quantify: interoperability. Canada shares the defense of the entire North American continent with the United States under the NORAD agreement. In a future conflict, a Royal Canadian Air Force F-35 pilot could land at a U.S. airbase and receive the same level of maintenance and support as they would at home. Choosing a different aircraft, like the Gripen, would put Canada outside this growing F-35 club. While the Gripen can certainly communicate with Allied jets, it would never achieve the same level of deep, systemic interoperability. For Canadian defense planners, the question is what price they are willing to pay for this strategic harmony. As the F-35 debate raged, the Swedish alternative, the Saab Jas-39 Gripen E, emerged as a potent challenger built on a fundamentally different design philosophy. where the F-35 prioritizes stealth, the Gripen was born from Sweden's unique strategic needs. It focuses on a low-radar cross-section, plus a world-class electronic warfare suite that can jam, confuse, and deceive enemy sensors. The Gripen E is renowned for ease of maintenance, rearm and refuel turnaround, just 10 minutes in an air-to-air loadout. So one Gripen can generate more sorties in a day than many complex competitors. Saab's proposal to Canada went far beyond simply selling an aircraft. It was a comprehensive industrial partnership. Saab promised that if Canada chose the Gripen, the jets would be built or undergo final assembly on Canadian soil. The headline figure that captured everyone's attention was an estimated 6,000 high-quality, long-term jobs across the country. As we dissect the arguments, we must separate compelling myths from hard realities. The first myth is that the F-35 is the only aircraft capable of ensuring Canada's security. A pervasive myth is that a mixed fleet offers the best of both worlds. The reality is that it risks creating a logistical and financial black hole. Finally, there's the myth that this decision can be delayed indefinitely. The reality is that Canada's fleet of CF-18s is aging rapidly, and the capability gap is widening every year. Ultimately, the choice must come down to a clear understanding of what Canada needs its fighter jets to do. If the government's top priority is seamless partnership with the United States, then the F-35 is the logical choice. If, however, the priority is a larger, more active, consistently ready Air Force, then the Gripen presents an overwhelmingly strong case. The greatest threat to the Royal Canadian Air Force is not a specific enemy aircraft, but the hollowing out of its own force structure by a platform it cannot afford to fly. The Gripen shock was not that it outperformed the F-35 in a dogfight, but that its entire proposal exposed the deep risks in Canada's original plan, making the Swedish challenger a far more potent and realistic contender than anyone in Ottawa ever saw coming.